Hey guys, VEDA Day 9. I'm still ill and stuff. I didn't like any of the footage that I was getting earlier for the day because it's mainly just been me lazing around in bed because I'm ill. I'm ill, can you tell? Have I told you that? I think I've told you it. So I'm going to quickly just sort of go through this tag that I have been meaning to do for like 2 months. It's not one that I was really tagged in, but the person who created it was like, anyone who wants to do this tag can do it. So I'm gonna, and like I commented and said I was going to, and she was like, yeah, and I was like, yeah, and then I didn't do it until now. So that's been 2 months. Heh heh heh. So the tag is the Tolkien Tag. Funnily enough, it's based around the works of very popular author J.R.R. Tolkien, and, you know, his most well-known works are The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, but also The Silmarillion and The Children of Hurin and others, I'm sure, but I can't think of them off the top of my head because I'm tired and ill. So the first question is, how does your Middle-earth story begin? And I honestly cannot remember, because it was so long ago. The books and the films have both been a part of my life for pretty much as long as I can remember. I think that I can't remember if I even read the books first or not, but both were really quite formative parts of my development into an adult. The next question is, what is your favourite Middle-earth book? And I honestly can't decide. Like, I really like all of the Lord of the Rings, each individual book, and I really like The Hobbit. So I need to reread it. It's been years. It's quite embarrassing. And I really like The Silmarillion. I haven't read The Children of Hurin yet, but it's on my list. So I'm probably gonna go for the Two Towers of the Lord of the Rings, because, like, there's lots of cool stuff in it, and Helm's Deep has always been one of my favourite battles in both film and book form. Like, Pelennor Fields, shit goes down, but Helm's Deep is the battle that does it for me. Third question is, what is your favourite movie? So, technically, I already kind of answered that as well, because it is, in fact, The Two Towers in that as well. Which is weird, because some of it is where it deviates most from the books. I love Helm's Deep. Helm's Deep is my shit. The fourth question is movies or books, and I can never decide between the movies or the books, because there's a lot of things that I really like about the books, and I generally prefer books in general, but in this case I'm honestly not sure. There's a lot of great things about the books, but then there's also a lot of good things about the movies, and there's some really cool stuff with both. And to be honest, I'm now thinking I like some of the ways that they changed it for the films, but then there's also the Scouring of the Shire is missed out, and a whole load of other stuff is missed out. So the fifth question is, who are your favourite characters? I'm going to try and go for one from each of the main races. I love Gimli. Gimli is my favourite dwarf, easily. I love the others, but Gimli, Jesus man, Gimli. And elves, I like Arwen and Glorfindel, but I can't decide which of them, so I'm going to put them in together, because Arwen takes over Glorfindel's role in the films. So, Hobbits, I really like Merry and Pippin, but I'm going to go for Merry, because Merry's a bit more interesting in some ways. I like him. And humans, or men, or whatever you want to call them, it's a tough choice between Aragorn, Éomer, Éowyn, and Faramir. But then I also like Beren from the Silmarillion. So the sixth question is, which Middle-earth race would you be? and I feel like I would be either feel like I would either be a dwarf or a hobbit, to be honest, because elves are cool, but I am no way cut out to be one of them, because you never really see a clumsy elf or a slightly more rambunctious elf. Though there's some cool ones, but you don't quite see them like that in the books or the films. While I feel like I fit more in as a dwarf or a hobbit. They fit me more. The 7th question is, what is the best character-actor match? And I would say John Rhys-Davies and Gimli is a fantastic one. Orlando Bloom and Legolas is also pretty damn fantastic. And Aragorn and Viggo Mortensen are a really good match as well. I really like a lot of them as well, though. Most of the dwarves in the Hobbit films were really quite good as well. Yeah. The 8th question is, what is your favourite place in Middle-earth? And I would have to say that it's probably Helm's Deep, because I really like Helm's Deep. Helm's Deep is cool. The 9th question is, what is your favourite quote from the books or the movies? And if you asked me this a couple months ago, I would have said something quite different, but the one that I'm going for is, a man that flies from his fear may find that he has taken only a shortcut to meet it, or it's something along those lines. And it's from The Children of Hurin, which I haven't actually read, but I have heard of this quote from it, and I really like it. And it just speaks to the way I feel about things a lot. And it's one of the first ones I really wrote down when I was getting into quotes. I honestly can't decide anyone to tag, so anyone who actually watches this video and likes J.R.R. Tolkien's work, specifically the Middle-earth stuff, go do this tag. Go for it. Yeah.
I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you remember to like and share it and subscribe to my channel. Click on the thumbnails above to see other videos by me, including the first video in my VEDA playlist for this year, and the guest vlog that I got my friend Maddie to do for the 7th day of VEDA. Bye!